Good day, time my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of a game, movie, or TV show I just finished. All thoughts and feelings are my own and are just for fun, quick way to get out my feelings on what I just played or watched. So enjoy and don't take anything too seriously. Good day, time my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of Sonic the Hedgehog. The game overall I had a lot of fun with. It's fun, it can be quick at areas, and very tough and unfair in other areas, but I think overall it is fine, fun, and if you learn placements and whatnot, you'll be perfectly fine. It's a good game that I enjoyed thoroughly, but let's go more step by step in why and how I feel about it more deeply. With the characters, you got Sonic basically and Dr. Robotnik, along with some forest creatures, but they kind of just jump away so they don't really do much. But with Sonic, he's impatient if you stop, he's pushing things, he's upset if he gets hit and whatnot, he likes to go fast. There's a little bit of what he is in the future, where he just likes going fast and stopping Eggman and having fun and all that. Carefree. Little bit of that. There's some good personality in it with his movements and what he does. And like I said, his idle animation of him tapping his foot really signifies his want to go fast. And if you go over to Eggman, you see that he's brilliant. He's built a lot of different machines to fight you, and his own boss areas and whatnot to try and beat you. Smart enough to come up with it, not smart enough to be defended against you or it. But you don't really get much more from him, besides if you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, he's very happy slinking them around. And if you do get all the Chaos Emeralds, he's very upset jumping on the end. But overall, fun. Very good. Fun. I enjoy it. Sonic's a good franchise in general, and the character does get better later on. But it is the makings here of his personality and whatnot. Very little, but still there. Going on, the story. We should always start with the story of it all. I guess, what is the story? Just to be clear, because Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik does stuff. Sonic the... Story. Okay. So, the Blue Hedgehog with supersonic speed must rescue animals from being turned into robots by mad scientist Dr. Robotnik. A mad scientist. Dr. Robotnik is an evil mad scientist who only has one destiny, taking over the whole world, and to do this, he needs to collect all 6 Chaos Emeralds, which are located on the South Island. Okay, so very bare bones story, as a lot of these older games did, because all you do really care about is the gameplay, which is really good. It's just Dr. Robotnik is taking animals to make into robots to take over the world, and you want to stop him, getting the 6 Chaos Emeralds along the way. And you do as you go through world to world to get to his main base, to finally put a stop to it and him once and for all until the sequel. And it works really good for the story. It's very straightforward and whatnot, and same with the characters, very straightforward. Going on to the areas, though, you start out in Green Hill Zone, which is more of a greenish hill zone. Like, what else can you say? It's very much a lot of hills and areas to jump on and whatnot, and very green and flourish. Then you go into Marble Zone, where there's lava and whatnot, which is more like a ancient civilization that has fallen that you go through. Spring Yard Zone, that was again, had a lot of bumpers and whatnot. Labyrinth Zone, which is again a lot of ancient areas, but they're filled with water. Starlight Zone, which can't really remember what the one thing was at. We just kind of went through it. More of a city-esque thing. And Scrapbane Zone, which was a lot more mechanical, which went from an outside mechanical area to an inside mechanical area. And then Final Zone, where you take on Eggman. And all in all, these areas are varied. They have a lot of their own enemies, different areas to go through. Usually have their own gimmicks, like one has a lot of, I think it was Spring Yard Zone, had a lot of springs and whatnot, no doubt. Green Hill Zone was kind of more peaceful with everything it get you. Marble Zone was more of a platformer, where you jumped across things, rode across lava. Labyrinth Zone had water, etc, etc. And they all work well, they do good, they have different varieties, and they're fun to get through. I enjoy them. They are very much different, I think. Starlight Zone and Yard Zone I might have to see, Spring Yard Zone I might have to see again. But there are differences, they are different. And it all makes for fun areas to go through that slowly get harder as time goes on. Except Labyrinth Zone, which is the hardest zone that takes the longest to get through. And then I guess the game mechanics and whatnot, it's pretty simple. You just move, you can jump, which puts you in a ball to help you hurt enemies. If you press down while running, which is a momentum thing, most enemies you hit will die instantly. There are only a few handful of enemies that can't be destroyed by you. I think it's only the ticking time bomb enemy. And there's also the enemy with spikes around it, but once the spikes go away, you can hit it. And yeah, it's kind of just that, going through. You get momentum. If you're going down a slope and you press down, you'll spin faster and go through. You collect rings, and if you get hit, you lose all your rings. So as long as you have one ring, you can keep getting hit, no problem. Unlimited health until that ring goes away, and then after your, I guess, hits, blink things, whatever, damage recovery, whatever, goes away, you're free to be hit and die. There's lives and whatnot, and that's basically how it goes. There are sometimes switches you hit to open ways up. Using your momentum, you can go higher, and other things like that. It works really well, it is really fun, and I liked it. The special stage is sort of like a spinning maze puzzle, where you have to make sure not to hit the goal signs, but get to wherever the emerald is, break through the outer shell, and then get the emerald inside. Getting all 6 emeralds, unfortunately, and there's only 6 in this game, doesn't really do much for you. I think it's just a way to keep it away from Eggman, and stop his plans for whatever he wants to use them for. Yeah, but that's basically Sonic. Is very much not a lot here, but what is here is amazing. I like the speed of it. It works really well at times when you're just going through, blasting through enemies, jumping from thing to thing, and going. It works really well in that regard. When you have to slow down and sluggishly move it through an area, or do more like honed in platforming and whatnot, I don't think it does that good. But overall, it is a good game. It's the start of the Sonic thing, and it only gets better from here. And I guess I'll end this here. So, thank you, my fuzzies, for watching. Please check out Sonic the Hedgehog if you haven't. It's been ported to basically everything at this point, and you can't go amiss with it. So again, thank you, my fuzzies, for watching, and I will see you next anytime. Take care.